do you? But this is my review on the movie Next Gen and my recommendation and suggestive info. Let me just start off saying this. I selected the movie on Netflix. It's on Netflix. Netflix has it rated as PG, and I will get into why I smiled about that in a moment. But Netflix has it rated PG, so I thought, oh, this is a great, and I see robots on it. I have a 1 and a 3-year-old. I was trying to find like a family movie we could all watch. My sister was if your children are under the age of 12, 10, you know your kids. I know my kids. You know your kids. This is not a movie for the younger audience by any means, unless you're about to be sitting there giving them a play-by-play. So, Netflix rated it PG. My rating, PG-13. Reasons why will be listed as following, starting now. No, actually, I am not listing them yet. I am going to tell you about the plot. The plot is fucking awesome. Okay, now let me really tell you what's up. I loved it. The movie was great. It was great. It was so good. It's like robots. It's like a future thing going on. Definitely way. Well, probably not too far, but like definitely way in the future. Flying cars, flying this, flying that, blah, 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 blah. These people have been living in this type of world for many years, so it's nothing that they're newly getting used to or anything. They are used to having robots. They are used to seeing robots. They are used to interacting with the robots. They are used to whatever they're used to. So it's a girl, it's a troubled teen, single mom, daughter, angry teen, troubled teen, clueless, oblivious mom who eventually realizes that she has not been there for her daughter, and the world is in danger, the city is in danger, the world is in danger, and the person who put the world in danger is working with somebody who was building something to clean up the mess and save the world from what was about to happen that nobody knows about, because everybody's just listening to this evil guy talk because he looks cool, he's all swagged out, he knows how to talk to everybody, blah 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 blah, you know, like president type vibe, blah blah blah. Everybody's just listening and they're just like, yeah, okay, whatever you say. Oh man. So you pretty much get what's going on here. All right. Why do I recommend it? Because it was funny, it was interesting, it had a lot of plot twists, it had a lot of action. I like action. I'm not 3 years old. I loved it. I loved it. It was not inappropriate for me at all. I was pretty much like giving my son a play-by-play. My daughter wasn't really interested. It was mainly me and my sister watching it. So there's that. Definitely too mature for their age group. It was not at all what I thought it was gonna be. It just got worse. Not worse, but it just showed me more as I watched it why it was not a children's movie. It should have been PG-13. There's a scene where, you know, the dogs, somebody says something and they're like, what the fudge? And it's like, yeah, that's funny for like me and like kids that are like, you know, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I'd really give it like a PG-10. I recommend it because it was definitely entertaining as hell. Definitely too much for a toddler, preschooler to keep up with mentally and visually. They were playing with their toys. Me and my sister was pretty much sitting there. It started out with all 4 of us, and then it gradually turned into just me and my sister watching it. Age, like I said, 10 and up. Family movie, definitely. Appropriate context, no. But yes, if your kids don't understand certain things yet, they're not gonna know. Like my 3-year-old doesn't know what the fudge is, or I think some lady was punching this robot in the face, and he was like gorgeous, and I'm like, they don't really get that. They don't understand stuff like that. So it's like, depending on what you want, your 10 and up year old exposed to or asking you about, you'll have to be the judge if the context is appropriate. But for a 10 and up year old, yeah, the context is appropriate for the ages 10 and up. And, you know, by the way, PG does stand for parental guidance. So this is when I'm recommending this movie, I'm imagining you and your children, you and your child are your family. I imagine y'all are watching this together. I don't see the child watching this alone, because they need to be able to ask you about, because there's going to be a lot of questions, because they do kind of cover just social and emotional endeavors, whatever the word would be for that, fill in the blank. But yeah, they cover that, and your kid is probably gonna want to understand that. So you need to be able to be in the room so you can explain why the girl is being so bratty or mean, why is she so angry, explain why the mom is, be able to explain why it seems like the mom just doesn't care about her daughter, and explain what she's probably mentally going through, explain why the kids are picking on the girl and why she wants to hurt them really bad, and almost, you know, gotta be able to explain that, because every child, people just think kids get that shit. Like, no, someone needs to sit down and say, hey, this is what is going on here.
Yes.
So it's a great movie for families, because there's so much that's happening.
Yeah, not yet.
Kids 10 and up, they can learn some things from the movie if they have, you know, adequate guidance. Oh, the dog. That is where a lot of the humor came from, because the dog is cussing up a storm the whole movie, and by cussing up a storm the whole movie, I mean, what the bleep, 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 some hot dog, sausage, bacon, beep, 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 juice box, 0 number, calendar, beep, beep, you little, you know, that kind of thing is going on. Whenever the dog first was introduced, that is going on the whole time, and it's hilarious. It's like, the timing of it, it's funny, and it's just so random. You're not expecting it. You're just like, what the fuck? What is this? What? So it was funny, but this is when it's like, well, good thing y'all are too young to even know what this is, why this is funny. And also, I mean, if you care about cursing, if you don't care about cursing, like I said, it's funny. Relationship, bonds, pretty much kind of just touches on that, so that's good. But certain types of issues start to take place before kids even get to be 13. So that's why I was like, 10 is possible, because before I was 13, I was already experiencing issues in school. And every child is not going to come and tell their mom and dad. I wasn't. My mom and dad just think I was a piece of shit growing up. Little do they know I was going through a lot of stuff. So, but I wasn't talking to them. I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't feel like they cared. I didn't feel like it was important to them. I wasn't mentioning it. You know, even though I'm the older sibling, I was the sibling that wasn't really supposed to be born. I was the sibling that they didn't mean to have. I was the one sibling child, but they didn't. I was the, you know, the typical problem child. That was me. So, but you know, we weren't. Kids don't cause problems just because they're going through shit. Pretty much just saying, hey, talk to your children about these types of things. In all caps, not a kids movie. I repeat, not a kids movie. I mean, it is a kids movie. It's directed towards children, of course. That is the intended audience for the movie Next Gen. But my point is that when Netflix says PG, don't take that PG lightly. Parental guidance for the movie Next Gen, absolutely necessary. Show your kids what you want. If you got a 5-year-old and you're like, well, whatever, hey, that's on you. This is all just my personal recommendation / opinion / suggestion / review. That's what this video is. Opinion / suggestion / review / recommendation. Okay, so take it as you may. Positive message, definitely a positive message in regards to just relationships, treating people, giving people a second chance, a third chance, just being there for people, and cherishing relationships, cherishing memories. It had a really, it was, a low-key beautiful message. It was just kind of hidden within the explosions and the fires and the fighting and the laughter from the cussing dog. It was just kind of hidden, but it's there. It's there. The reason why I give it a PG-13 rating is because suggestive content, violence, and language, mature content, bullying, fighting. This girl got punched in her shit. She got punched in her shit. She got held down and punched in her shit. If you ask me, that is not for no kids. What is next? Oh, the language. I know they didn't cuss, but it do count if they going bleep, bleep, bleep a lot of amounts. So there's a lot of rebellious activity and rebellion. Of course, we talking about teenagers. Of course, they gonna be rebelling and rebellious. But if you don't have a teenager, they just gonna think that kid is being bad. They don't know that kid is probably mad and sad and on the inside and on the outside. They just think that kid is trying to start a riot. But it's quietly hidden within their trauma of their childhood, their past. There's always a reason. Nobody out here is just ruthlessly just hating people, killing people. Like, everybody got a backstory. Destruction. So much destruction. It was just like, what the fuck? Not good for young children's psyche. But that's my intuition talking. Do what you want to do. A lot of violence. Explosions, guns, shooting. Guns to kids' heads. Yes, gun. Let me say that again, because I'm not about to do no replay on this thing. I'm just going to talk and let it play. I said guns to kids' heads. Hey, let me show you something funny. Yeah, you heard me. They got the guns to the kid head. Talk about back up or she dead. I'm like, what the fuck? You say this with PG. Ain't no way this okay for a child's psyche. I couldn't pick just one, so I was like, let me grab them all. Yeah, this was happening. Lots of fighting. Shooting at kids. Shooting a child's hair off of her head. So, and I missed that part entirely. My sister, when I saw the girl at the end of the movie, when everything's all happy, I was like, oh, she cut her hair? No, my sister was like, no, it got shot off. That is just so... What the fuck? Anyway, hey, like, it's 2022. These writers and directors, they is pushing the limits these days. Stuff that they was not doing before, they is doing. So things that weren't acceptable are acceptable. Things that parents used to care about, they're a lot more lenient on. I might be the only one out here talking about PG-13. You might be like, girl, that movie is PG. But if you ask me, just be prepared to have to explain a couple things. But that's my review and my rating on that movie. Like I said, I definitely recommend it. Great family movie. Depends on how old your kids are. Yeah, baby. That's it. Excuse me. If you're looking for a child, if you're looking for a show or a program to show your child, I highly recommend Little Bear. I highly recommend Maisie. I even recommend Franklin. But number one, out of all of that, if you don't take nothing else from this, show your toddlers and your little one preschool age, 5 years old. I'm talking about 5-year-old through Little Bear. Little Bear. Okay? All right. Holla at you. Thank you for watching.